Okay, next on my new trainers tips and tricks list, I'm going to talk about retrieving update sets. Update sets often in the trainer environment are used for when we build labs. We walk through the lab, we record it as an update set, and then when we teach the next class, we may walk through and demonstrate, but we know that oftentimes the students will ask us questions and maybe mid-step or something, and so we'll lose track of those pieces. And unless you want to make all of the students in the class wait for you to finish your demo, you need a way to have a finished version, much like the TV cooking shows do, right? They prep everything and you see them and then, here's the finished dish. So that's kind of what an update set does for us. So we're going to talk about how we import them. Now, I happen to have a system that I got up through developers, so I'm just going to grab that guy right there. And I happen to also have an update set, so we're going to see how quickly we can go through this. Update sets can be grabbed through retrieved update sets. And to bring them in, we would go to import update set from XML. Now, of course, at that point, you need a location for them, right? So where I'm going to go, I happen to have a couple in my useful and prep sections. And one of them is fun users. And the other one, which I want to show you something specific with, is sample data. So there's my sample data XML. So I'll bring that one across, and I will choose upload. When I go into that update set, that's really all I have to do at first, and then you'll notice its state is loaded. So then I'll come over to sample data, and you'll notice I don't have any way to bring it in. So instead what I have is preview update set. When I go through a preview, what ServiceNow does is it takes all of the files and records, and it looks to see if I can bring those all in. Now I specifically brought this one over because you may see this. When you do, don't panic. If I take a look at what this is, in my case, and I can look at this update set and see, there's a lot of stuff. In particular, if I look at all the updates, so I'll come over here. So one of the things I'm bringing in are different CI assets. And then further on down the line, if I keep looking, I have lots of users, right? So since I have users and I have incidents and I have CIs, then you can understand those are all data that I brought in. Now, if I look over here, I can see my errors. Let's take a look at these errors. Oftentimes, the errors are explained. Could not find a record in ALM asset for column management referenced in this update. Now, if there's another area, I can have it find the missing record. Oftentimes, in this case, I won't be able to, or find the missing update set. This is enough of a description to let me know. Most often, what I have is something like there's a newer version. And in that case, I would probably choose accept remote. In this case, I'm only looking for configuration management, not asset management. So I'm totally okay saying accept remote for each of these options. So what I'll do is I'll select all, and then I'll choose this, and I'll say accept remote. Because this will bring them into the CMDB CI table. It won't set up asset, and it means if I go to asset management, then my assets will not be exactly correct. So then you'll notice that all of these have been managed, and now I have commit. Once I have commit, I can add my users and my incidents into the list. You could do this with your finished labs. You could do this with sample data. You could do this with almost anything else you bring into the list. So I hope that that was helpful.